We are a Singapore company doing AI agents. The reason I'm here is because we had a booth, we gave a panel in the AGI Summit. It happened 2 days ago in the Paris of Fine Art. It was hosted by the organizer. This is actually their office. They call it GPT DAO. They are one of the incubator accelerator doing AI stuff. The founder of GPT DAO has been investing in Anthropic OpenAI the last 3 years, like across 5 different rounds. He's a good friend of mine called Rambo. So we start building AI because of 2 reasons. One, we have this business goal. We need to reduce our costs 80%. We managed to achieve that in the last 12 months. The second thing is we want to expand our business line, kind of figuring out what we could do is our infrastructure piece. We were one of the largest Bitcoin infrastructure, DeFi infrastructure in the world. Also, 1.5 billion TVL, with hundreds of ecosystem projects. Our team was over 60 engineers, so it was a huge burn rate. We had a new CTO who was ex-Google, head of engineering in SenseTime, and he started doing research about agentic for a long time. And we were day one on Cursor, day one on cloud. We started actually figuring out, okay, we need actually to reduce our cost more dramatically. That's how we started that. And this is a kind of high level thing, but probably some of you saw that, especially the people who actually go to the AI Engineering Summit quite often. This chart basically summarizes the entire AI space, right? On the left, you got AI labs, large model, vertical model, LLMs. On the right is people like us who are building agents, right? To get AI to work, to actually do the work, not just a search engine like ChatGPT. Talk about, I think, is kind of the current status quo. So our vision for OpenMax is trying to bring this workspace, which connect different agents to work with each other as a coordination layer for small medium enterprise to help a lot of companies become more and more AI native. So that's our mission and the vision. So AI, we believe, is not just a toy, a tool, not a chatbot or search engine. It should be an actual workforce for companies. This is a very important chart. We kind of summarize in a way. The entire AI native framework now have at least these 6 layers. A lot of companies are still in the traditional business, we call this layer 0, or level 0, meaning they are doing everything manually. Literally, talking to some companies, writing things down, not digitalized. They don't use proper SaaS tools. Everything is literally not even digital, not mentioning intelligent with AI. Level 1 is companies using a lot of SaaS tools, powered by AI, like very small niche, like Grammarly, Notion, all that. Level 2 is getting interesting. This company from being individually in the company, from the engineers, from the sales guys using AI tools from personal AI stuff. ChatGPT started 3 years ago. What gets a lot of people interested, even from different industry, to really deep dive in AI, I think it's because of our agentic framework. Level 3 is the aha moment. Last year, I think a lot of people know OpenCloud came out. We launched our framework called Zyrus 3 weeks before OpenCloud. Obviously, Peter did a very good job. A lot of engineers, a lot of developers who wants to get AI to work 24/7 for them, really get excited, right? Everybody start token maxing, burning token like a maniac, especially from all the open source model, like from Chinese open source models. Everybody started actually buying all the Mac Mini. It's pretty expensive if you're trying to use all the top frontier model. You're gonna burn hundreds of dollars, even thousands of dollars easily, with OpenCloud if you run a long task range kind of tasks. And it's in silos. The OpenCloud 1 and 2 and 3, they don't work with each other. So human is the bottleneck. You coordinate with each other like that. So it's actually just for individual developer to do DIY things for fun. When you wanted to do a sophisticated system, you want to build that, they tend to forget about things. It's not hallucination like AI model, it's Alzheimer. It's basically like when you actually have critical information, you want your agent to keep remember, to stay consistent. The problem of forget about key information is quite crucial. So we fixed that with our agent framework called Zyrus, which we'll talk about. So level 4 is interesting. Level 4 is what we believe a very pivotal moment to get a lot of individual AI to move to the stage of enterprise AI. So what is enterprise AI? Meaning it's companies using that in the organizational level. It's not just individual developer hobbies to use that for fun for themselves. Everybody can argue you have a one-person company, but it's still, even you're a one-person company, you have different functions, right? Sales, finance, financial engineering, sales engineering, product, design, all these different functions. Even with one person, you still need to deal with a lot of these. If you're building a company is sophisticated, it's not that easy. A lot of real business, existing business, hundreds of people, thousands of people, enterprise to use AI, we need to build an interoperability solution which allows multiple agents to coordinate with each other, to work with each other, to the level of autonomous level. So that's multiple people managing multiple agents at the same time. That's level 4. That's our vision, how our OpenMax system is designed for. Level 5 I think in the current consensus, it's basically the AGI, meaning a lot of the decision making can be done by AI. So AI is going to review the code, AI going to do the decision, and even do the best practice strategic wise. So that's people kind of doing this, saying the sci-fi words called a zero-person company. AI is going to be the CEO of the company, and it's getting very weird. I'm not really a fan of that, and I don't believe that. We're getting there. We're not nearly close to that. Get there soon. But I think we are a lot of companies. In my humble experience in the last 12 months, we have been talking to thousands of companies. A lot of them are just level 1. A lot of them are trying to be level 2. Some of them are level 3. A lot of individuals level 3 already. But barely anybody is level 4. We are getting level 4 ourselves by using our tools. So we're not even close to level 5 or AGI or that. So that's kind of the status quo about the entire world. Even in San Francisco, I met a lot of companies who come to our booth in the AGI Center. A lot of them are still using ChatGPT for basic stuff. That's it. But the entire workflow orchestration, not even close. Not even close. So I will skip a lot of the competitive landscape. We're interested in how we're different compared to other people. So we're working with a lot of small medium enterprise. That's kind of how we position ourselves. The nuance is here. We believe in order to let a lot of people get the value, get to AI, a few basic requirements. The company needs to be digital savvy. They need to be operational heavy. They actually needs to get a lot of things done digitally, right, across different functions. So we're working with a lot of consumer brands like Durex, digital marketing firms like GY Culture. It's a 120 people company helping hundreds of companies to go global through digital marketing, content marketing, and so on. They're using 26-hour agent across 5 different departments. So these are all real data. They've been using us actively in the last 3 months. And I think there's some interesting little micro things to share as well for people who wants to figure out B2B agent business. A lot of our customers have very clear demand. They want the 10x their efficiency, right? The 10x may be a big number, at least 2x. A lot of them know AI has the value, but they're having a hard time to get the agent solution set up for the orchestration, like workflow level. A lot of them don't have technical ego, so we're dealing with a lot of big tech companies. A lot of companies, especially they have a strong IT team. The hard time is to get a lot of the IT person to understand. It's better if they just work with us because we are fairly cheap and we can deliver a service for them with low, relatively reasonable cost. Instead of they figure it out by themselves, build everything in-house. For the companies have the policy to build everything in-house, we have this private on-premise solution as well, like Durex, CIBC, some commercial banks, even like SF Express. It's a big logistics company in China. Those companies, we work with them more like FDE solution engineering model. But for a lot of Islamic enterprise, our argument is like, you don't have to build everything in-house. You want to get things done from user agent, which you don't have time to figure that out. It's better just work with us. We can do custom support. It's hosted from the Google Cloud, highest level setting of security. And if you want your company is big enough, you want to do things locally, have your data sovereignty, you deploy to the private on-premise, which is a different price tag, but it's still possible. And I think a lot of companies in the Q3 and Q4 this year, in 2026, are going to move to local host model, private on-premise. It's getting to the meta because in the last 2 months, we noticed the consensus is like this. Everybody knows Cloud Code is good, GPT 4.5.6 is good, but we can't just blindly trust the frontier closed loop model because we know for fact, right? They're using our information and basically to potentially a competitor. That happened with Cursor. Cloud Code happened because Cursor was using all the Anthropic's model, and Cloud Code came out as Cursor competitor. So for the big argument is that if a big enterprise spending millions of dollars working with Anthropic, they not just get paid, they actually pay Anthropic to build a competitor. So I think we're getting to a stage, a lot of the open source model, which is cheaper, you need to host things locally with your own GPUs, will be the interesting meta for a lot of enterprises. I'm talking about people, companies have IT companies, hundreds of people, right? So we are also shifting, delivering kind of hybrid model solution for companies we're working with. So a little bit about subtraction, right? We're working with over 100 companies now. So talk about Xairos, just to deep dive, a little bit technical for people who are interested exactly the secret sauce we have. So Xairos is kind of almost like OpenClaw, but have better management on the persistent memory. So the problem with OpenClaw, as I said, when the context window gets too large, over 200K, a lot of critical information will get forgotten. So our Xairos runtime have this proactive memory compact system to move critical information to the next session through this memory compact. That's how we achieve the infinite context. How we actually do that is we use PyAgent to build a 5-layer memory managed architect. For people who are actually curious to know the details, feel free to check out our Xyros.ai. It's actually open source. So for engineers here, you wanted to actually use our tech for free to build a memory system, you can do that. But the strategic argument we didn't work as exactly as Hermes or OpenClaw is we want to launch as a real startup. So we charge companies who want to use us as a full package, subscription based. A lot of engineers are now our customer anyway. So instead of just become another OpenClaw, which doesn't make money, right? Then on the other result, OpenClaw has is Peter Steinberg joined OpenAI. It's not a real company, and a lot of people stop using OpenClaw because a lot of issues they have. So we don't want to be another OpenClaw. That was the reason we started drivers, but we cannot give for free as an open source model. But this is our kind of core tech piece in our agentic framework. The second piece we call Workspace is empowered by our system called HSA Connect. HSA Connect is the key piece. We call this coordination layer. Different agents to work with each other. So in our system, you basically create our organization. The segmentation on it, you invite the trusted agents you want to work with. You add different agents together, and a human can initiate different tasks. You can delegate different agents to do different work. So currently, in the real time, 8 of different organizations is now using our HSA to do their multi-agent orchestration in our workspace. So that's kind of the reason we combine all this solution together. All our agents have pre-trained curated skills, over 50 of them, that covers pretty much all the different landscape skills we are offering to our clients for free. It's all curated, we know all of them, and it covers pretty much all the middle office stuff, like data analyst, competitive intelligence, social media, product manager, deep research, SEO, code review, contract review, HR, financial, all this basic stuff. It covers pretty much all the middle office stuff, which most of our customer wants. It connects to all the channels, Instagram, Microsoft Teams, Line, Slack, WhatsApp, and it's all unified context. Your agent in WhatsApp business, it's the same agent you talk in Slack, but it can interact in different social media channels. So why we need that? Because, for example, you're a multinational company. In America, people use Slack a lot of time. They don't use, let's say, Lock. But if you deal with other Asia users, they only use WhatsApp, they only use Lock, things like that. So that's kind of a multi-platform routine. Platform is just an interface for you to send your request, send your interaction with your AI. Platform is just another thing, and there's no reason to stuck one platform. We're gonna launch our agent market very soon. In the future, Lex, very cool premium financial trading agent, will be featured on our market as well. We want to monetize. We see a lot of specialized agents being generated by a lot of developers. A lot of agents basically are being used for free in the Cloud Hub. I think it's a race to the bottom kind of model. Cloud Hub, we want to deliver a premium curated agent to a small medium enterprise, which they have to pay. Cloud Hub model is basically everything's free for all, but good luck not using one have the virus or malware from North Korea. A lot of people get hacked because they download a free skill in Cloud Hub and they didn't check it's actually a virus. That happened quite often in the last couple of months. So our model is curated. It's for small medium enterprise. The creator of those agents are actual real systematic engineers and developer team. So that's kind of how we are setting our system. This is a good example. So Durex, first of all, is our biggest client. We're working with their Chinese team. It's a British team, their global office is in UK. They have 13 different departments, especially their finance department, supply chain department, logistics department, having a hard time to coordinate because of different languages, different platform, and different time zone. Working with the Chinese team and the American team, all that. The reason they have been using us. In the future, they're gonna level up another 450 agents. So we're gonna move a lot of agents in local private on-premise kind of model. CMC is an example. They have 6 countries from Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam. They need to coordinate. They have 13 different departments. All the countries mentioned speak very different language. So language issue, department issue, they don't communicate. So now I think they at least 2 or 3x on their efficiency. We're working closely with our agents in system like being an unlock from the HR, logistics, and so on. Our agents can give them morning report to delegate tasks. They need to monitor a lot of data, the shipping, maritime ports, and all that kind of things. They integrate a lot of the API from different third systems. That's how they've been using our process. It took a lot of FDE, but we're getting to the stage they're getting a lot of value from our agents now. It starts literally just $99 to have a try, and they include everything. Like you will have a dedicated device, Google Cloud. They include 1 month subscription and all the other skills, all the product we have. Velocity for us to shipping new agent product will be like every 1 or 2 months. In the upcoming 6 to 12 months, we're gonna keep improving our AI native multi-agent thing. For companies we work with, you don't need to worry about the agent doesn't work because we're here for you. And I think that's the actually real value for the people who use OpenCloud. You have nobody to call. If shit happens, your OpenCloud doesn't work anymore, go to their OpenCloud Discord community because nobody will reply you. So I think that's kind of reality of the agent community. Only the nerds, the engineers, the sophisticated people like Black's team, they can figure it out. A lot of the people we're dealing with are not technical enough. That's kind of what I have to say. Thanks for coming. Well, hopefully we do more events. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go to this AI summit in November around here. Hopefully we'll get more features and more business going by the time. We'll see.